Okay, good morning, everyone. Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing today, sir?
Very fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm good. Good afternoon, everyone. So you're welcome to Rotech Data Consult. You're welcome to today's webinar on breaking into tech in 2025. And I have my boss here, Mr. Samuel Osho. So just quickly, let's introduce ourselves in the chat box while I try to introduce myself. My name is Abiola Lawal, and I'm a data analyst. I have worked across several companies. I'm also a data scientist, and I've done so many jobs across different companies. So this afternoon, I have my boss here, the person of Mr. Samuel Osho. So let me just read a short introduction about Mr. Samuel. So Mr. Samuel is a master degree holder and is a chartered HR professional. He has been responsible for developing and executing human resources strategy in support of the overall corporate plan, strategic direction of various organizations. And he specializes in areas of talent management, change management, organizational and performance management. He's also into training and development, compensation, legal issue, people analytic, and HR dashboard with governance. Mr. Samuel provides strategic leadership by articulating HR needs and plans to executive management team, shareholders, and clients. He's a seasoned HR business partner. He has partnered with and trained in IT, business development, human resources management, with a full understanding of issues in human resources management and how to remedy them. Mr. Samuel is an experienced HR specialist and is equipped with a deep understanding of organizational management, labor laws, equal opportunity employment, and business process outsourcing. He has worked with several clients and organizations where he provides services such as recruiting, hiring, reward management, performance management, training, and development, among other strategies. So he's also an associate member of Chartered Institute of Personnel Management and a certified senior professional in Human Resources International from the Human Resources Capital Institute, United States of America. As a self-motivated professional with a passion for attaining corporate goals, he thrives on resourcefulness and self-leadership. Please, let's all welcome Mr. Samuel with your favorite emoji. Please, let's welcome Mr. Samuel with your favorite emoji, guys, please. Guys, let us see the reaction. Let's welcome Mr. Samuel. Oh, thank you very much. I can see that coming. Thank you very much. Next slide, please, Malik. All right, so Rotech Data Consult is actually a data consulting and analytics firm. So we specialize in helping organizations leverage on emerging technology, which include artificial intelligence and machine learning. This ensures that to drive business growth and innovations. Next slide, please. So this is just to welcome us to the future of tech careers. So on the tech careers, the future is actually emerging with different type of emerging technologies, from specialized roles down to different tech expansions, down to the surge in AI-powered solution down to specialized drones. Next slide, please. So on this emerging technology that I'm talking about, we have different things. So this slide is just talking about what is happening across different tech hubs. I'll give a very typical example of what is going to happen in the future. There is something we call the agentic AI. So, normally we have our normal artificial intelligence whereby we can actually design anything we want. Now, what the agentic AI is doing is you just supply the agentic AI, supply with the data, and tell the agentic AI, design this for me, do this dashboard, and get this insight for me. So all you need to do for the agentic AI is just to send one single prompt, and the agentic AI will do all of that. Are we actually ready for all of these transformational steps? So I think with today's section, we are going to get an impactful and very meaningful section out of this. Next slide, please. So this is just to show us what is happening across the remote tech revolution. So the remote tech revolution actually started during the pandemic. That was 2020, and the revolution continues like that up to 2022 to 2023. So in the year 2023, some companies were not actually allowing full remote access for their staffs. But at the end of 2023, 2024, so many companies begin to adopt the remote lifestyle, and it actually helps some people to balance the work life, right? And here in 2025, the remote work has actually becomes something that has stayed. So every company is welcoming the remote tech work, and it's actually a strategic advantage in the current world that we have. The next slide, please. Okay, so I know a lot of people will be like, what does the salary look like? Because the reason why everybody is learning, the motivation behind learning any tech is because of money. So this table here is just trying to show us the average salary across different roles, from software engineering to data science to cybersecurity analyst to product manager to DevOps manager. So we can see the average salary that the average salary of a software engineer in a year is about $150,000, and it is projected to grow by 18% in the nearest future. For data scientists, the average salary of a data scientist is $135,000, which is also projected to grow by 24% in the nearest future. So down to the DevOps engineer, which the average salary is $140,000, and is projected to grow by 22% in the nearest future. Okay, so this report was actually gotten from Glassdoor. All right, so next slide, please. All right, so here is the face of the founder and the CEO of Rotech Data Consult, and our co-host, Mr. Samuel Osho. So I'm going to hand over the mic to Mr. Samuel Osho to give us the impactful section that he has for us this afternoon. Mr. Samuel, over to you. Over from my hands.
All right. Thank you very much, Abiola. I would like to confirm, can you hear me? And then is the background minimal, the background noise minimal enough such that you can still hear me clearly? Please confirm if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can hear you perfectly, sir.
Okay, good. So please just ignore the background sound. I'm in an open space. I'm actually holding forth for my wife in her shop, so that's why you'll be hearing some bit of background noise. So today we want to look at how to actually get remote jobs. I'm sure that most of us are aware that we are in the knowledge era, more or less like the fourth industrial revolution era. And this is the time when knowledge is what actually distinguishes you from your peers. So let me share my screen so that we can have an overview of what I would like to actually speak to this afternoon. Um, the truth is, we are now in an era that you just need to be on top of your game when it comes to actually getting ahead of others. So please, do you have my screen shown to you? Can you see my screen? I just want to be sure.
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
Okay. I've actually shared it. I don't know what's happening. Or maybe I don't have the capacity to share screen.
No, it's allowed. You can share your screen, sir.
Okay, okay. All right.
Yeah, we can see now. We can see your screen now, sir.
Oh, great. So mine is just to tell you that you can actually get remote jobs. And let me say that 70% of remote jobs are actually tech inclined. That's why I'm still using the slide I use for, general remote work or general remote jobs. The truth is, you can also still go into tech without learning coding. That's the caveat that I would first of all lay emphasis on. You can go into tech without necessarily learning how to code. So that's one thing that you need to know. So getting remote jobs is all about skills. It's all about rebranding, and it's all about interviews. Because the more you get skills, or the more skills you get, the better your chances. And then the more you rebrand yourself, especially on the social media, the more you actually get the interest of employers that are willing to work with you remotely. And let me come to technical skills for remote jobs. The technical skills that are needed for remote jobs, you can see them on the screen currently. There is a lot of emphasis on technology related roles. But be that as it may, there are still some roles that, you don't have to be tech inclined, or you don't have to, study technology or anything tech related before you actually get them. And the truth is, in this era, nobody cares about how much you know, but they want to know how much you care. So it's not about how much you know. Nobody cares about how much you know, but they want to care, or they want to know how much you care. So how much do you care about the fourth industrial revolution? How much do you care about the future of jobs? So the hard skills that are needed that will never go extinct in this era of the fourth industrial revolution, they include marketing, data analysis, content creation, social media management, graphics design, user interface, user experience design, that's UI UX design, data analytics, software development, video animation, video editing, project management, digital marketing, web design, web development, cyber security, DevOps, and a host of others. I didn't put product management here. Product management is very important as well. And I've been able to see that most of us, we do not consider the fact that whatever we have studied in school is just a basis for you to actually build on for advancement in your career. So don't limit yourself to whatever you have studied in the university. We have medical doctors that are currently practicing cybersecurity. We have sociologists that are currently doing software development. We have botanists, people that study botany in school, that are actually doing product management. So it's not a function of what you studied in school. It's a function of the skills that you possess. It's a function of you going above and beyond. And when it comes to going above and beyond, it means you are showing the willingness to adapt to the reality of the present times. Adaptability is very, very important. And that's where soft skills come to play. We have some soft skills that you need to develop, because some of the questions that will be asked during interviews, they would actually test your soft skills. That is the truth. Beyond what you have already learned in your academy or in your university, or even on your massive online open courses, that is the likes of Udemy, the likes of Coursera, and the others. You also need soft skills. And that is where the extent to which you care actually comes to play. You look at collaboration. How well are you willing to collaborate? We look at time management, self-motivation, paying attention to detail, critical thinking, interpersonal skills, creativity, innovation, adaptability, flexibility, and the last of everything, emotional intelligence. Being socially aware of your environment. The truth is this: when it comes to you going into tech, you are at equal opportunity. You have an equal opportunity to match up with anybody from around the world. And in determining your suitability for a role, is not the extent of your grammar or your, Queen's English or King's English that will actually distinguish you. It is the way you actually present yourself. It's the way you see opportunities. It's the way you reason. That is the truth. People will ask you questions. How do you respond? The way you respond actually matters a lot. And that is why communication, which is not even part of what I listed here, is very, very important. As a matter of fact, it is the #1 skill that you need as a soft skill to actually get remote jobs. Communication. Communication. Even though it's not listed here, it's very important. How you communicate your ideas matter a lot, and it's a crucial soft skill. Now, where do you get skills for remote jobs? I've already mentioned the fact that definitely you need to actually develop your skills, and get along with the trend, even though trends come and go. But as it stands, the future of jobs allows us to understand that there are many trends that will remain with us for a long time. That is the truth. We've been on the issue of future of jobs for quite some time now, according to the World Economic Forum. And many times, the skills that you actually need to get ahead, they are absolutely free of charge. The only thing you need to just do is get your data. So let's come to where to get skills for remote jobs. I have 3 of them here, and I'll be going to some of them on the screen. So from here, I would like to confirm if you can still see my screen. Please, if you can still see my screen, confirm to me.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, good. So I am on a site here called HubSpot Academy. HubSpot Academy is a very good place to actually get skills for remote jobs. Most times, you discover that you are collaborating with people from around the globe. And the truth is that the competition is stiffer when it comes to you getting into tech. The competition is stiffer because you are contending with people from the 6 continents, people from North America, from South America, from Europe, from the same Africa where we are, from Asia, and from, maybe Atlantica, as the case may be. So you see that you're actually contesting with so many forces. You're contesting with or contending with so many people from around the globe, which means that you need something that will make you different, that will distinguish you. You need global skills. HubSpot is reputed to actually give some of the global skills that you need, from marketing to sales, the ones I'm scrolling through now, to customer relationship management, CRM, to social media marketing. These are courses you can take. For instance, the one on social media marketing here, you'll see that it's a 10 lesson course that spans a total of 5 hours. So these are opportunities that you can actually work with to stay ahead. There are so many courses there that you can explore, and the link to that is in the material, which I will definitely share with you all at the end of this session. I will share with Abiola to go ahead to share with you so that you can take time to explore the courses. We also have that of Google. Google is reputed to actually dish out so many courses around digital marketing, around online security. You can see the Google Digital Garage. You have fundamentals of digital marketing there. These are courses that come with certificates. You have your certificates, which you can actually post on your LinkedIn profile, which you can brag about on the internet. You can improve your online business security. You can understand the basics of code, how to make customers to also find you online, because some of you are not visible now, but you can make yourself visible by the time you go through some of these courses. Business communication is there as well. Getting the business online is there. Connecting with businesses over mobile. Then understanding customers' needs and online behaviors. These are the things that will actually stand you out. Even effective networking. You can see you're going to come to networking as time goes on. Then communicating your ideas through storytelling and design. It's also there. And then expand the business to other countries. These are courses that would actually distinguish you. Look at it here. Speaking in public. Some of us do not know how to speak in public. Public speaking is very crucial as well. And then how to land your next job. I will advise you to actually look at this particular course, landing your next job, because it actually helps you to also rebrand yourself. Some of the things that actually stop us are the things that we actually neglect. Some of the things that stop us are those things that we neglect. That is why I keep on saying that people do not care how much you know, but they want to know how much you care. How much do you care about your personality? How much do you care about your branding or about your brand as a person? So for you to land a new job or the next job, you should know that you have to create a great CV. So this particular course teaches you how to create a great CV. And this is not a course that is just going to teach you how to create a CV. It's going to teach you how to create a world-class CV. Google is trying to pour out itself because Google is a model company that actually, stands among Fortune 500 companies. And you see that from what you are going to learn here, you can design your CV to become world-class CV. You don't need to patronize people like us, except you are very lazy. Then you can come to me because I also write CVs. The same thing with cover letter. This course will actually teach you how to write your cover letter. So these are the things that you can learn to actually up your game in getting a remote job. Now to the other part of this session. So rebranding for remote jobs is very important, or for tech jobs is very important. If you want to break into tech, you must be visible on LinkedIn and ensure that you had at least 70% of the soft skills that you can ever think of. Add them to your LinkedIn skills or soft skills on LinkedIn. Add them to your skills section on LinkedIn. Because some of these jobs, when they are posted on LinkedIn, the truth is they list out the soft skills that you need to possess. And because we are in a tech era, we are in an era where technology is used to actually shortlist candidates. Most of us are familiar with the applicant tracking system. Once the skills matching level is not up to what is expected, your CV will definitely end up in the trash. That's why you need to add as many skills as possible. I think LinkedIn actually accepts up to 50 courses, up to 50 skills for any individual. So if you have up to 50 skills on LinkedIn, you can actually make 25 of them to be soft skills. Then you make the remaining 25 to be the skills related to the kind of career you are pursuing. And I've mentioned already that you can actually get your CV done through the course that we mentioned on Google. Land your next job. That is very, very important. Take this course to learn more about how to write your CV, your cover letter, and how to answer interview questions. That is what that course actually teaches you. So what do you need to actually get remote jobs? You need skills. You need knowledge. You need ability to work remotely. The truth is, in getting remote jobs, in getting tech jobs, you need a solid computer. You don't want to go into a tech job and then you are still working with Windows 10. You are still working with an HDD laptop. I'm sure some of us understand HDD, hard disk drive. We are now in an era of SSD, solid state device. That is, your hard disk is built on solid state technology, which means that it's faster and it's more efficient. So you need this ability, you need this tool to work with. Your laptop must be solid, 16 gig RAM, at least minimum of 8 gig RAM to start with. Then your SSD must be the one that you are using, at least 512 gigabytes of space, so that you can actually get to run the applications. Then your results, that is your portfolio. Your portfolio matters, and that's why if you come to Rotech Digital Academy, it will actually help you to build portfolio, because by the time you enroll in any courses, you will be able to actually build projects, work on projects, and from there you develop portfolio. So that's what I mean by past results. And past results can also be gotten from volunteering. By the time you volunteer to work on projects with your colleagues, with people that have gone ahead of you, your mentors, definitely you can put that as part of your portfolio. Then your culture fitness. How well do you fit into the culture of the organization that is interviewing you? The culture of some organizations require you to work in a team. They want to test how well you can work in a team. Some of them also require you to be a problem solver. So they will be testing you how you have solved problems in time past. How did you solve problems? Are you curious? Are you well advanced in using technology? Because some organizations, they will help you to, hone your skills in also using technology tools. Then networking, very, very important. You need networking. What we are doing currently is a network event. You can connect with people from here. Networking is very, very important. When you come on LinkedIn, don't make your LinkedIn dormant. Try to update things on LinkedIn. Update your profile. Make your profile complete. That is how people can connect with you. Don't come to LinkedIn without a solid profile. Make sure that your LinkedIn is fully optimized, because in the internet era, in the fourth industrial revolution, in the future of jobs, you need a strong online presence. And that starts from building your own portfolio. That starts from building your own brand. So let's look at where to actually get these remote jobs. Where do you get these tech jobs? Where do you get these remote jobs, which are mostly technology inclined? You can get them from Up to Staff. Up to Staff curates a lot of remote jobs. And the truth is, like I said, there are constant updates to this guy's site. So I will take you to Up to Staff now so that you can see what I have on Up to Staff. So this is Up to Staff here. You can see the level of jobs or the kind of jobs they post. Some of them are basically for US residents. Yes, that's fine. But you will see some of them by just doing a Control F on your keyboard. By doing Control F and then listing anywhere, because some of them will write anywhere. So if you see anywhere, definitely you will know that that job applies to you. So we have job categories here, about 7 of them: management and finance, sales and marketing, full stack programming, all other remote, customer support, design, DevOps, and sysadmin products. So let's go to the full stack programming, because some of the programming jobs abroad, some of them are actually very, very, scarce. Let me call them scarce because they don't have the right workforce to take up the jobs, and they are willing to pay as high as $5,000 per month. So in that case, if you have the skills, definitely you can go into that kind of job. And then if you don't have the skills, you can learn. You can actually learn. And that's why the website that I will share with you currently, that I will share with you now, would actually give you the enablement to learn skills from programming language to, software development, software development to product management, to sales, to project management, every other thing that you need to learn. So I'll be sharing that link with you as well in the chat room. I will only drop that in the chat room. If you're able to pick it, it's fine. So let me quickly do that and share with you in the chat room. So you have this link on your trying to develop yourself. So this is actually the link for Udemy courses. Udemy courses offer free courses online. So you're looking for courses around sales management, around anything. You can actually ask your question at the end of the session. So that is the link for the Udemy courses. I've just shared the link with you. It's not going to be shared in the material. That's the caveat. So if you miss it in the chat room, then you can't get it again. So please, if you have questions, you can raise your hand, and then I'm sure Abiola will call you at the end of the session to ask your questions. Also, if you don't want to ask questions orally, you can ask by typing it in the chat room. I've just shared that particular link. So you can do well to explore that link. And another site where you can also get remote jobs is Y Combinator. So Y Combinator here, I've already had So Y Combinator here, these are the guys that actually get some level of seed funding. Yes, they get seed funding, and some of them actually employ around the globe. I'm sure some of us have heard about Vendeas. Vendeas is actually one of the fastest growing technology companies in Nigeria. What they do is to do grocery for quick service restaurants. They do supply chain for them. I'm sure some of you have also heard about Money Points. Yes, Money Points. They are actually also part of the companies we can, bank on when it comes to getting a remote job. So that's one of the things that you need to learn in the course of this particular session. So as I was saying, you only need to, be open to learning. Yes, when you're open to learning, you can actually get a lot of jobs online. So careers at Y Combinator also helps you to actually get jobs. There are many companies there. There are startup directory. There's a startup directory. There are jobs around engineering, operations, marketing, sales, and the likes. So when you are breaking into tech, you should also be ready to actually learn where your skills will be relevant. And that's why I'm showing you all of these platforms so that you can actually make your skills count at the end of the day. Because the essence of getting into tech is to actually hone your skills and then get better paying jobs. Another site which is very important is the LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn here. And to be truthful, there are so many opportunities. This is an opportunity I saw this morning while preparing for this session. This was shared 20 hours ago. And you can see the organization here, remote and hired. I'm just hearing the name for the first time. There are a lot of, company pages like that on LinkedIn. So you can actually get remote jobs from these guys too. So let's go to the other aspect of this session. Let's go to the other session. So for those of you that are into UI UX design or even other part of tech, you can also build portfolio by using Behance.net. Behance.net helps you to actually help build your portfolio. So that's the way it works. So let's go to questions and answers. If there are questions and answers, I'm available. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. It was really an insightful session from your end. I think personally, I've been able to learn a lot from your session. And I will be taking over in the absence of Abiola. I think he's going to join us soon enough. So So far, so good. We've been able to learn a lot from your session, sir, and it's been very insightful and full of new knowledges. So you spoke to us about not being about how much you know, but is how much you actually care, how much you care about your branding in the digital world, how much you care about the soft skill in the digital world, how well are you equipped about all these technical skills are more of the soft skills. You talked about adaptability, how you can be able to adapt what you've known in the world of digitalization, and a lot of knowledge and insights have actually been drawn from what you earlier presented. So from there, you moved on to where to get remote job, how we can get the remote jobs using the HubSpot. A lot of opportunities are there on the HubSpot, the Google, and as well the HubSpot CX. So you explained a lot on this aspect, and also moving from there, you told us and you let us know that there are lots of jobs that we can actually rebrand. How can we actually rebrand ourselves for these remote jobs? So you made mention of how we can be able to optimize our soft skill to about 70% and be able to add all these skills to our LinkedIn pages, to be able to sell ourselves, to be able to increase our visibility. So it's been a lot of insightful sessions so far, I must say, from my hand, Mr. Samuel. And I'm very sure a lot of audiences on the call as well have been able to note one or two things that can be added to their experience, to their knowledge in the digital world and the remote world. So we say very, very big thank you to you, sir. And once I think during your presentation, you made mention that you'll be sharing the slide with us so that we can be able to adapt with it and as well continue to learn from your insights. So it will be very much we'll be very happy and glad to have the slide as well as some of the sites that you might have for us moving ahead. So thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. And over to the audience. We don't know if some of us has questions and clarifications that would like to inquire from Mr. Samuel. Yeah, over from my hand. We can drop the questions in the chat box, or we can make use of our microphone, or we raise up our hand so that we can be called. Yeah, over from my hand. Yeah, Mr. or Mrs. Leonard Chieka, your hand is up. Mr. Leonard, your hand is up.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. I think I can
Yeah.
hear you now.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm an HR practitioner. Is there an opportunity to get a remote role or job for HR roles? That's one. Secondly, did you get that, man? Did you get that, man?
Yeah, hello. Oh, continue. We can hear you.
Yeah. So
Yes.
secondly, is there any course? Is there any course online aside from the one we had here or the CRP? Is there any other course online that one can actually undergo for the job? Maybe for, like Mr. Abiola said, you did and of course, I can be sending course that aligns with the HR rules. Those are my questions, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Leonard. I think your question, if I could get it, is that the first question was that is there an opportunity for people that are actually human, like that are specific about human resources? One question is that are there any other courses online where someone can actually learn more about the HR roles? Question, Mr. Leonard.
Yes, that was my question. Very correct, man. Exactly, man.
Thank you.
You are very okay.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Samuel.
All right, let me quickly answer Leonard. Leonard is a known person to me. I know Leonard very well. So I'm going to answer your questions in 2 sentences. And there are opportunities for everyone. That's the simple truth. Including HR professionals. There are opportunities for everyone, including HR professionals. But the only thing you need to do is you need to meet the requirements for those opportunities. I think that's the first answer. I've already answered the first question. There are opportunities for every professional, including HR professionals, but you need to meet the requirements for those opportunities. That settles it. What are the requirements I'm talking about? If you ask me, because you may want to say, maybe there are some requirements. Yes, there are requirements. You need to be certified in HR with a recognized body. There's a difference between certificates from courses and certifications. Certificates from courses are just an attestation to the fact that you partook in a course. When it comes to a course can be developed by someone like me. It can be developed by someone like you, Leonard. It can be developed by someone like Abiola. But certification is industry-based. Certification is most likely institute-based. We have institutes in the US that offer certifications in human resources. We have the SHRIM, Society for Human Resources Management. We have the HRCI, Human Resources Capital Institute. We have Human Capital Institute as well, HCI. And we have CIPD in the United Kingdom, which is also for HR professionals. So you ask yourself, which of these institutes have you been certified by? Because these are the things that will actually stop some people from getting remote jobs or even the normal jobs in HR. If you don't have them, then you now begin to work towards them. Because as time goes on, you will see that the skills that you have, they need to be validated. And that's where this certification comes to play. That is where certification comes to play. Certifications are what will validate your skills. No matter how good you are, people want to care about, okay, people will not care about how much you know. They want to know how much you care. So how much do you care? Like I said again, how much do you care about working with them? Because they've already put out the requirements that, okay, you must have CIPM, or you must have CIPD, or you must have SHRM, and so on and so forth. So if you don't care about them, then they will also not care about you. That's just the simple truth. And for the courses, yes, I've shared a link in the chat room. I've also pinned the message. Please go to that link. There are courses that span many career fields. I've mentioned it again and again. And they are free, even though they are from Udemy. So Udemy courses are not certifications. They are just certificate courses. They are certificate courses. I can develop a course and post it and share it on Udemy for people to access and then get certificates. It doesn't in any way equate to a certification. It's just a certificate, yes. So you can take HR courses from that site where I just posted in the chat room. So you do yourself a lot of good by taking the courses there. And you can also take courses from the institutes that I mentioned. The truth is that these certification bodies, the likes of CIPM, the likes of CIPD. They also offer courses. They themselves offer courses. They are not cheap courses. Yes, they are not cheap courses. We are talking about courses that cost as high as 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira, and on. So you can take courses from them. They also boost your CV, but they are not in any way equal to being certified, having their certification in themselves. Thank you very much. I hope I answered your questions.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very
Yes,
much,
sir.
Mr. Sam.
You've done justice to you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. I appreciate, sir.
All right, I can see some hands raised.
Yes, before that, I think we have one question in the chat box for you, Mr. Samuel. And the question reads that, is there a format in creating a standard CV? If there is, please, can it be shared?
There is no standard format for creating a standard CV. That's the truth. But you will do yourself a lot of good because we are using Google as our model. Google is a Fortune 500 company in the US. And I've told you that they have a course on how to land your next job. Go through the material I'm going to share. And if you cannot even go through that material, let me quickly do you a lot of good by sharing the link in the chat room now, because you will not be able to actually get ahead if you don't learn some of these things. So beyond just the fact that you want to get a standard CV, you're also going to be getting a cover letter template from them. So I've shared the link just now. Go through that link. You will see the course on how to land your next job. I hope that
All
answers
right,
the
thank you very
question.
much. Yeah, Mrs. Precious, I hope you're clear. All right. I think she replied already, and she sent our thanks. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel, for all the clarifications and the experience shared. So I don't know. I think someone's hand is as well up. Over to you, Rotech. Your hand is up.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. Honestly, the section has actually been a very impactful one. I wouldn't lie. This is something people actually paid $1,000 for, and this is what we are actually getting for free. So, however, we actually we sent out some forms for people to fill, and there are some questions that they asked. Right, so I will just ask those questions. Maybe you can assist us to shed more light on that, sir. Okay, so
Yes, I'll be glad. Go ahead, please.
Okay. All right, so the first question here is many of the attendees, they actually struggle with knowing where to start. So what would you say is the first step for someone should take when pursuing a remote tech career? What should be the first steps, sir?
All right. Thank you very much. It's not cast in stone. Like I mentioned earlier on, there are so many pathways to actually finding your foot in the tech career world or in any remote setting. So the truth is, learn from those that have gone ahead. Learning never ends. That is what I would advise as a person, but there are no, hard and fast rules to this thing. The truth is this: learn from those that have gone ahead, and beyond learning from those that have gone ahead, be ready to pay the sacrifice. Yes, you are starting a new journey into tech, into remote jobs. Be ready to pay the sacrifice. The truth is this: when I got my first remote job, it wasn't so fantastic. I'll be sincere with you. I got $100 in my first remote job, but I didn't get it by applying for the job. Somebody just reached out to me and said, I feel you should be able to do this. And it's because I was active in the platform. It was a WhatsApp group. I was actually very active. So that was what made me actually open a DOM account that I still operate up till now. The truth is this: to get a remote job, to get started in tech, just be an ardent learner. Yes. Be ready to, go out of your way. $100 then, it wasn't even, as high as this now. I'm sure that you understand when the dollar was still maybe 300 naira, 250 naira. That was when I actually got my first remote job. And the truth is, it was just a part-time role. So the person just felt, because of my activity, because of my, proactiveness on the group, on the WhatsApp group, the person reached out to me that I feel you can do this. And what was I doing? I was just managing the website, posting articles on the website, updating the website of that person, because it was a content management system the person was using. That was what I was doing. I was also hosting webinars. Despite the time difference, the person was actually based in the US. So paying me $100 to me back then was something that was huge for me, because it was for a period of at least, I think, 3 months or thereabouts. And believe you me, after getting that particular gig, I didn't stop. I still went to another social media platform, which was another WhatsApp group now. I was also active there. Anything I will answer. And along the line, the vacancy was posted for a social media manager and a community manager, a program manager, sorry. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will see it there. This is not something I'm hiding. So it was an African social enterprise workshop. I also still got $100 for that role, $100. And at that time, dollars already shot up to 450. I remember very well. It has shot up to 450 naira to a dollar. So that was even more, in value for me. And what was I doing also? I was managing the social media, the WhatsApp group, managing the website again, doing email marketing, a whole lot of things, creating social media calendar. As an HR manager, I was an HR manager. But this person saw in me that I was ready. And let me tell you the truth. The person actually shared this experience with me. The experience was that somebody that was supposed to, attend an interview with him for the same role, the person didn't show up. The person didn't send an apology for not showing up, and I was the only one that came to the interview early enough. I was the only one that, attended the interview. I was the only one that showed passion for the role. I didn't bother myself about even the salary, because the salary was not posted initially. And when he said, okay, this is what I was going to pay, I said, why not? I will take it. It's fine. It's fine by me, because it was even higher than the salary I was collecting in naira at that point. And, so the person saw that passion in me. So you need passion for learning. You need to be you need to be proactive. You don't need to take chances. Anything that comes your way, grab it. So in starting with a tech job or in looking for a remote job, try to be out there. Put yourself further. Don't be relaxed. Yes, be hungry for success. And I believe that with that, the sky is your starting point. Beyond the skills that you have gathered, beyond the CV that you have, try to show up. Yes, try to show up. And I believe that you will always get ahead when you show up.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful experience. Yeah, so I think there is another question here that I feel we should also talk about. So the question goes thus: how can someone spot a scam or a low quality remote job offer online? Are there any red flags to look out for?
Definitely, yes, there are. I actually entered into one late last year. Yes, when a remote job is not paying as high as what the industry average is paying, you should avoid it. For instance, you already know what a product manager should earn, and you are getting something that is way, way low, as in something ridiculous. If it's a volunteering role, like an unpaid internship or something, that is acceptable. But when you get a remote job and then you're already getting, to see the salary of a full-time remote job and it's looking ridiculous, then try to run for your life. It will end up being toxic to your career and to your mental health. Another red flag is when you are applying and they are already saying that before you apply, you must get something that will warrant you to pay someone. You understand what I'm saying? I've posted some remote jobs before in time past where they actually told them that they should go and get something like a clearance certificate from a police, from the police. And then when you get it, you cannot actually get it from the normal Nigerian police. You need to go through a company. So they are the ones that actually recommended that company as well. So along the line, that was where we detected that it was actually a scam. And I actually had to apologize to the people because they have a website. They even have a website. The thing was looking real. They even quoted the salary they were going to pay. But asking for people to go and pay to another company, and the other company also has a website, a very fantastic website at that. So once you are asked to pay for you to get, a criminal clearance record, that's a red flag. Once you are asked to pay for something, it's a red flag. When you're asked to pay that, okay, before we clear you, you will pay maybe 100,000 naira to our agents, it's already a red flag. And then if you're also being paid or being offered a ridiculous amount, something that is very, very low compared to the industry standard, it's also a red flag. And the one that I encountered late last year, it wouldn't look like a red flag, but the reason why it becomes a red flag is this. By the time you are working, because sometimes you must have even started some of the roles. So when you have started working on the road and then you are seeing something like, let me paint it this way. You are seeing something like the owner of the business trying to invade into your weekends, trying to invade into your public holidays. Some of them will tell you that, hey, it's remote. But by the time you look at their policy, maybe you have even been onboarded. You look at their policy, because this is a role that I actually saw that the policy does not cover for public holidays. Like you are still working on an Ilea festival. You are working during an Ilea festival, you are working during Christmas holiday. There is nothing like Christmas holiday. I don't know if you get. That's already a red flag. It's a scam. That's a scam. You are working during Easter break. It doesn't speak well, because remote jobs that I have known to be reputable, they would even give you 5 leave days in a month. Like apart from the public holiday, you have 5 paid, paid time off in 5 working days that are paid, and you can go on leave for 5 working days in a month. Aside from being, away from work on weekends, on Saturdays, on Sundays. You understand? So that's a red flag. That's what I discovered about that rule. I had to resign. I didn't even collect any dime. And let me shock you. It was because of that rule that I actually got my 5G MTN router. I actually got my MTN 5G router because of that particular rule, thinking that it was going to be a very good one, but it ended up being a very bitter experience. Let me put it that way. So when they are telling you that there is no public holiday, you still have to work on Saturdays, even on Sundays, because that was what I actually did. I worked on Saturdays, I worked on Sundays. I had to resign without, looking back. So please don't stay on that kind of job. Even though you may not know before you enter, but once you enter and they are telling you that you have to work on Christmas Day, work on Boxing Day, work on Ilea Day, please run for your dear life, or run for your life. There's nothing like run for your dear life. Run for your life. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's actually funny. Thank you very much for that wonderful insight, sir. So guys, let's send in our reaction so that we can show that we're actually following, again, one or two things. Please, let's see our reaction, because I still have one more last question for Mr. Samuel. Yes, because I know everybody is waiting for this last question. Okay, I think someone's hand is raised. Okay, yeah, you can go on before I ask the last question. Is someone raising up his hand? Okay, no one. All right, so let me ask the last question, sir. So if you are starting your career all over again in 2025, what would you do differently?
You asked what would I do differently, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's very interesting question. Very interesting question. Because the truth is, there's always a time to start all over again. Yes, there is always a time to start all over again. And if I'm starting all over again, the truth is this: I will not wait until I am told that I should take a certification. One of the things that I'm still seeing as a stumbling block, yes, for me now, is not having my MBA up to now, even though I have a master's. I'm sure most of you know that I have a master's. I have a master's in information technology. But the truth is this: you need an MBA. So if I'm to start all over again, I actually need an MBA. And I would have gone for an MBA much earlier. The time I went for information technology, I was actually living on hope. You know, I was living on HOPE. I was actually hoping to get back into information technology. That was why I went for master's in information technology at the University of Lagos, because I studied computer engineering. If you look at my profile on LinkedIn, you will see that. But I didn't get to practice computer engineering for once. So what I would do differently is to rush for an MBA almost immediately. Once I know that I've already finished my first degree, I would go for an MBA, because MBA will position me as not just a leader, but as a business-oriented individual. MBA is Masters in Business Administration. So it will give me a holistic view of what business looks like, running a business, leading a team, leading a business to success, you know, navigating the workplace professionally, and then networking. Because when you go for an MBA course, you are going to be meeting with different individuals from various walks of life. That is why an MBA would always set you apart. So for me, if I'm going to start again all over again, I will go for an MBA. Another thing I didn't take serious was when I was actually into HR. I've actually practiced HR for close to 3 years. Yes, I've practiced HR for close to 3 years before I enrolled in CIPM at all. As in, before I started saying, okay, I want to pay for student membership in CIPM, I already practiced HR for 3 years. Why do I need to wait for 3 years when I could have even started at the first year? So I would also, if I'm to start again, I would also enroll in my CIPM as early as possible. I wouldn't make excuses that I want to go through practitioner's route. I've asked people over and over again, why haven't you finished your CIPM? Some of them are telling me, I want to go through practitioner's route. And I begin to laugh within me. What is stopping you from reading to get your exams and pass your exams, ace your exams as easy as possible? Because like I always say, CIPM, I didn't go to any study center. I studied on my own. I read, I passed. Even though sometimes I had to just take only a Friday before the Saturday that I'm going for the exam off from work. And the truth is this, at some occasions or on some occasions, I never took any day off because of the demands of the work or the job that I was doing. So if I'm going to advise anyone, or if I'm going to start all over again, I will take my MBA seriously. I will take my professional certifications seriously, because those are the two things that actually distinguished me. Yes, those are the two things that distinguished me. I've not gotten an MBA, but the truth is the MIT that I did was actually an executive master's. It was an equivalent of an MBA. Yes, it was an equivalent of an MBA. So that actually gave me an edge to get ahead. So those are the two things I will do differently. Pursue an MBA as fast as possible, and then pursue a certification as fast as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful insight, sir. I think I take a cue from what you just said. MBA is actually very, very important. Yes, it might be expensive, but then we all can try to have it. It's going to give us an edge. Yes, I can say it. But yes, I don't have my MBA yet, even though I'm currently pursuing my master's in information technology. Also, I think I'm following the path of my boss. But then it's very key that we also try to have an MBA. It will set us apart. Before we move off from the Q&A section, do we have a question? I think that's all the questions from the audience. Do we have any other question before we go on to the next slide? Do we have any other question? Okay, so in the absence of that, so let's move on to the next slide. So the next slide is just trying to show us, I think Mr. Samuel also already talked about different places, different websites that we can actually go to optimize our resume and also for the job searching. So here is also AI tools. There are artificial intelligence tools that can give you edge, that can give you means of how to design your resume, how to go about the job searching. Okay, so part of them is we have the Click Resume. We also have the resume.io. We also have the Redzi ATS, and we have the Enhanced CV. Okay, and for the job search, you can use Indeed, you can use LinkedIn, and you can use Glassdoor. Yeah, if you don't know, Mr. Samuel is my mentor, and we actually met on LinkedIn, and that was how we connected. So I met Mr. Samuel now, it's more than 10 years now. So you can imagine the kind of connection, the kind of relationship I've created with Mr. Samuel, even though we have not even met for once, but we talk like family, we talk like uncles. Do you understand? So it's very important that we also use all these medium very, very well. Networking is key in this age that we have. Okay, you can also make use of Glassdoor. Glassdoor will give you insights about the company, whether what people are talking about the company. What you need is just to register with all of these companies, then you're there, right? And if you want to optimize your LinkedIn, you can also reach out to Mr. Samuel. Mr. Samuel can help you to optimize your LinkedIn. He can also help you to optimize your CV. Okay. Okay, so the next slide is just the URL for all of these websites. So I'm going to share the slide with every one of us so we can have the URL to all these websites so that we can try and see how we can go about it. Then lastly, there is a community for remote job. So if you're not aware, because one thing is getting a remote job is actually not easy. You have to be in a community, and we have a paid community. So the fact that you're on this call this afternoon, you'll be able to join the community at a subsidized rate. So you can join us on the WhatsApp group, then tell us that you want to join, then we'll give you the subsidized rates. So this community is also owned by Mr. Samuel. Okay, so that's about that. And lastly, don't forget to also follow us on our social media and do. And we also offer training on Excel, SQL, and Power BI, because these are the tools whereby you can actually use to position yourself out there. Just like Mr. Samuel, always put yourself out there, because it is in the process of putting yourself out there, people will know that okay, this person is doing this thing. Let people know you for something. Give yourself the permission to grow. Okay, we are actually rooting for you. Remember, someone out there is actually looking at you. They are looking at every step you take. They are looking at you. You might be like, oh, nobody is watching. Yes, there are a lot of people that is watching you. Okay, so what I would say lastly here is don't wait until you feel ready. Just get started. Start doing something. Start from where you are. Don't let this, don't feel intimidated like, I don't know enough. The truth is you can never know enough. You have to keep learning and keep learning. And the fact that you're learning does not mean you should not apply. It does not mean you should not network. Networking is key. Okay, so I think I'll stop on this note. Sheriff, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Biola, for the beautiful presentation. Thank you very much. I think it's been a very interrogative and a very learning embodied session for us. Before we move ahead, I think we've come to the end of the session. So we'd like to know if there are any other questions before we have our closing remarks and we have everyone set out of the call. So I don't know if we have any other questions, any other clarifications. I think the people in the house, even if we have questions outside our bone of contention today, such as the digitalization would generally, please feel free to ask your question now. I think we have we have our guest speaker, Mr. Osho Samuel on the call. As well, we have our host, Mr. Abiola on the call. So please feel free to ask your question now. And yeah, over. Do we have any questions? Any other questions, please? We have just 1 or 2 minutes to do that. All right. I think in the absence of none, I would like to thank our guest speaker, Mr. Samuel Osho. We really appreciate you. It's been an impactful session so far. We are looking forward to connect with you more and more so that we can be able to optimize our learnings as well. So we say a very big thank you to you and all our participants, all our audience. We say a very big thank you to you for taking out of your time to join us on this webinar. It's been a huge privilege for us at Rotech Data Consult. So we are looking forward to have more of this kind of session whereby we are going to bring each other together and impact ourselves on how digitalization world is going, on how we can actually increase our landscape, our scope in the remote world entirely. So we thank you very much for taking out of your time, and it's been an interrogative session so far. Also, we thank you for our masterminder, the brain behind the webinar, our host, Mr. Abiola Lawal. It's been a privilege to leverage on this platform to actually learn more about the remote world and the digital world. So thank you very much, everybody. And on that note, we are looking forward to meet ourselves in future webinars and in future sessions like this. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And over from my hand. Bye, everyone.
All right, thank you very much, Sheriff. So, guys, I'll be dropping Mr. Samuel's LinkedIn account, so you all can also follow him for any other engagement, in case you have personal questions or you want to have a personal relationship with him. So I'm going to drop his LinkedIn account so we can follow him. Then I'm also going to share the slide with every one of us. All right, so thank you very much for joining today. See you guys next time, next section.
Thank you, sir.